the other endocrine glands of the body. So it's a very important function, and it is very important for it to work in a proper click-clock manner. Okay? And what is a click-clock manner? Naturally, through our evolution, over billions of years, we have been working under this day and night cycle, and our body has that physiological thing about that. It's called the circadian rhythm. The hypothalamus system governs the endocrine system, and it is controlling your emotional behavior, your anger, your sexual activity, your blood pressure, your heart rate and temperature. It is responsible for many metabolic processes, how your glucose is coming into the body, and the activities of the autonomic nervous system, and also controls body temperature, hunger, thirst, fatigue, and the circadian cycle. Remember the circadian cycle. No, thank you. These are sum total of all the functions which are there. There are many functions, and the main ones are thermoregulation, circadian rhythms, so inputs to the hypothalamus, that is light. Light is going to the hypothalamus. Normally people don't know that. Light is actually going inside your brain to that hypothalamus, and thus bringing out a cascade of change. When you wake up, you go out, the light goes in, you know how is a day. That means there is a change inside your body which will happen. Then there are all these other things that it's also, stress also plays can dysfunction your hypothalamus. It can put pressure on the hypothalamus. The rhythms can break down. This is the pathway for how light goes to the hypothalamus. There are special cells in our eye which detect this change, beside the one which is seeing, like I'm seeing you. But there are other things which are also sending signals to the other part of the body. These are the different. This is a very good slide to see how, as the day changes, how the secretion of hormones in the body is changing all the time. It goes from the melatonin stops in the morning time, and then it starts secreting at 9 o'clock at night. And now most of us awake till like 11:30. So what's happening? If people are awake late at night, what happens is, if there is outside light, pineal gland does not make melatonin. And melatonin is a very powerful antioxidant. And most of us have deficiency if we are keeping awake till late. And that will shoot up rates of cancer, will shoot up stress, will shoot up cardiac problems, all these things which we are having. So living in the city where people have waking up late and sleeping late, not only reduces vitamin D because you're spending less time in sun, but is also decreasing your melatonin and also changing the natural rhythm of the hypothalamus. So that is a combined triple cofactors for us being more sick than ever. So these are the sum total of all the hypothalamus controls that are there. Very important to know all this. From heart rate, blood pressure, temperature, shivering, thirst, sexual behavior, anger. And then is the pituitary gland. This is very closely connected to the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is always sending signals down to the pituitary. And pituitary is right on the top of your palate over there. And it produces many hormones. Normally people have a lot of thyroid problems these days. That is when this axis of hypothalamus, pituitary and thyroid starts behaving, when the rhythms are changing all the time, when there is no natural rhythm of like the flow of energy through the system, flow of light from the eyes to that part, the natural rhythm is broken, then you will have all kind of hyperactivity like that. All these disturbances will be there. So the function of pituitary gland, growth, it takes care of your growth, blood pressure, and aspects of pregnancy and childbirth are related to this. That's where we get, if the light is, the people are not having a natural rhythm, then there are more chances of having problems during pregnancy, more hypertension, more cesarean sections will happen because abnormality will be there of all these. And these are simple things. These can be fixed by very, very simple technique. So thyroid gland function, temperature regulation, sex organ functions also. Now we come to the pineal gland. Pineal gland is a very interesting gland. In our evolutionary history, it was in the amphibians, it was an eye which was lying outside. As we evolved into mammals, it went inside. It was the third eye which went inside, and it is now exactly in the center of our brain. If you draw a coordinate from here to here and from here to here, is right at the center. And it also receives inputs of light. It detects darkness. It says, oh, it's dark, now we'll produce melatonin. And then you will feel sleepy and you will go to sleep. But at night, if you switch on the light, then the melatonin will completely disappear. And then you will miss this very amazing, now it's called, there's a big market of melatonin, $1 billion US market of melatonin. They're giving to people who can't sleep, who want to prolong their life. But what the natural thing is, natural beauty has been forgotten again. And something very important about pineal gland is that it is like the teeth. And if you take a lot of fluoride, it gets, like the teeth get destroyed, the pineal gland also fluoride gets deposited on it. And what has happened is that people have been studying how the puberty, the age of puberty has been decreasing worldwide. It has been changing, becoming lesser and lesser and lesser. And since pineal gland is responsible for the right onset of the puberty, this deposition of fluoride has been said to be responsible. Like the toothpaste that we use, the fluoride in the toothpaste is depositing in our pineal gland and it is disturbing its function. So I would recommend everyone to use non-fluoridated toothpaste for your children, because there is a big change in our natural way with this fluoride. The problem began when they wanted to introduce fluoride into water supply as a preventive health medicine, which is very wrong and very dangerous. But luckily it got stopped. But the fluoride in the toothpaste is still there and might be the reason why the puberty age is decreasing. The pineal gland works in harmony with the hypothalamus. All these organs are totally interconnected. If one goes off, is not working in a rhythm, then the other functions are also going down. So this is just the hypothalamus and the pituitary and the endocrine part of the action of light on the body. Then you can see how many changes can happen in the function and so many disturbances are possible. And if these things are not functioning properly, you will have stress, you will have immune system disorders, you will have all kind of endocrine problems, diabetes, hormonal problems, more stress. Okay. These are the diseases, hypothalamic diseases, cluster headache, thyroid disease, hypopituitarism, diabetes insipidus. Now we come to vitamin D. Vitamin D, because this is one of the more visible and more studied things, and right now it's a hot topic all around the world, because people are like, oh, what happened to the skin cancer problem that sun caused? Now it's all shifted. It has come to this, that we want sun. We want more sun now. Okay? And now we know that it modulates the immune function. It affects our autoimmune response. When we studied the influenza epidemic in the 1918 and 1919, when millions of people died, it was seen that as the latitude became lesser, that means more sun was there, the people died less. Whereas they were more towards the upper, where the sun is less, more people died. So that was the link between sunlight and influenza epidemic. And now, with so much talk about influenza over the past 2-3 years, there's a pandemic and pushing of vaccines. I tried my best. A lot of people around the world did. On the internet, you can see there's a lot of people who came and said, please use the sun, use vitamin D, use this, not the vaccine. The vaccine does not work. It has no safety. But everybody was all the governments were talking about the vaccine. And that is what is wrong. When you have such a powerful, simple, effective preventive health tool like sun, use of sun in Surya Yoga, this is what we are covering. We get so many different patients from having skin problems with psoriasis, which is another immune system disorder. They come with diabetes.